other people to get inside and get involved in the music industry that were in the Nation of Islam. And, you know, so it wasn't just all about me. It was about us. You know, it's all about the nation. So that's what it is. Are we on?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so your question, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I said, how did you get involved with the Junior F.O.I?
Okay, fast forward into the Junior F.O.I. I mean, I digress, but I was getting, the point I was getting to was that it was either sell 300 papers or you're out the mosque, and that's what I was getting to. So I chilled out on my tour for a minute. I started moving the papers, wound up being the top final call salesman in the nation. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I used to move like 1,000 papers per edition during those years. Then from there, I wound up getting back involved with the mosque and the mosque businesses, going back into the tape connection, running some of the stores that the mosque had opened in number 7. And then from the stores, I came back into the mosque and was helping out with the secretary department. This is under Minister Conrad's administration. And while I was working in the secretary's department, I used to work on Saturdays, but they needed my help on Saturdays because the accounting of the CFO was so great. He had to work on Saturdays, so he needed someone to cover for him. So I wound up covering for him and helping out, getting the book straight for the mosque on a weekly basis. And as I was there on Saturdays, there was a brother named Brother Shango, who you know, Shango Blake, who's the principal, but he's Shango Muhammad in the Nation of Islam. He was running the Junior Fruit program, but during that time on Saturdays he was taking classes. So he wasn't there with the young brothers on Saturday. I didn't know this. I just happened to be at the mosque on Saturday, and I noticed the young brothers were meeting in a corner by themselves. You know, it was Brother Daoud, who passed on, may Allah be pleased with him, young Brother Daoud, Brother Alton. Them young brothers were meeting in a corner. So I had keys, access to one of the offices. I'm like, no, brother, y'all don't have to meet in the corner. Y'all come meet in the office. So I found out from Brother Shango. Brother Shango said, well, you know, I'm going to school right now. I'm not able to be there. It's okay, brother, I covered down for you. It is 12 years later, you know, I'm still doing it. And that's just how it started. I was just covering down. The year before that, they had did this wonderful drill performance at Savior's Day. Everybody was impressed with it. I was impressed with it. So I asked him, I said, y'all gonna drill again this year? And Brother Daoud, he was like, nah, you know, we don't have the money to go, blah, 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 because Brother Shango was away. And I said, brother, y'all gonna drill this year. And I had put on my first fundraiser, because I was already used to putting on events with Brother Conrad in the hip hop community. So I did my first fundraiser with the Junior F.O.I, and I think Dougie Fresh came that year as well. And we got the money up, and we got them brothers to Chicago. And, you know, Brother Shango handled everything else from there. You know, I just raised the money, gave it over to him, and then kept it moving. Saturdays came, and, you know, I was still there, and the next, you know, I just started doing a little teaching, and then it's just been on ever since, you know. So it wasn't a thing that I asked for, was appointed to do. It's just, you know, as the Quran says, Allah is the master of circumstances, and the circumstances just came about that connected me with the young brothers, which, you know, you start a job on a temporary basis, and you're like, okay, I'm just going to be here for 6 months, and then 10 years later, you still on that same job. And that's how it happened with me in the Junior Fruit, basically.
Yes, sir. You know. And, you know, you've been, like I say, miles number 7, teaching the Junior Fruit. How did you come to helping out in Newark, New Jersey?
Well, there's Sister Felicia Muhammad. She's the first one that got me involved with the prison ministry. I was doing prison ministry in New York at Arthur Kill Correction Facility, and I would, you know, appear at other facilities every now and then. But there was a youth facility out here. Yes, sir. So again, she first asked me to come out to perform one of my songs, Addiction. So I went to the youth facility to perform, you know, and I went there to perform, and, you know, I didn't go with my suit or anything because other brothers supposed to have came to speak, but nobody else showed up. So I'm the only brother there. I'm rapping, I'm like, I just can't lead these brothers with a rap. So I started talking at the youth facility. So the following week I got suited and booted. And I was like, okay, well, nobody shows up again. I'll do my rap, but I'll start speaking. And before you know it, I've been speaking there. 4 years later, you know, I was speaking there for 4 years straight. So Brother Raheem got involved, like maybe the third or fourth year. Brother Raheem from here in Newark. And we were talking, we were building. I was like, Brother Raheem, you know, if we get these brothers interested in the Nation of Islam, because the brothers were interested inside the jail, we need to have a class for them to come into. So that was our original intent, to have a class for them brothers to come into. And then when the study group opened up here, that's when we started the class here, to try to build a brotherhood so that one day those brothers can have some place to come into. So we've been doing this here in Newark for about a year. And you know, I thank Allah for the results He has blessed us with so far with the young brothers.
Yes, sir.
Good. So I guess that's it for now.
Yes, sir. And we'll continue with part 2 at a later time, sir. Thank you, Brother Elijah Shabazz. It's been a pleasure. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Thank you.